Thank God. All right, we're back.
Okay, we're back. We're moving on, are we not? We're done. We are done.
Nope.
Nope. What do we got? No. I mean, moving on. Next topic.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Done with that one. Item number 6, Domestic Violence Awareness Month update. Kelly Williams will be Director of Human Services of MAG, will share the updates regarding Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In order to raise awareness of domestic violence, the MAG Regional Domestic Violence Council, municipalities, domestic violence service providers, and many other observed each October with activities to connect to and advocate. The emphasis theme for this year was homelessness. And Kelly, I think you're going to take it away on this.
I am.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much, Chair and members of the committee. I do not have slides for this. It was just a brief summary of several of the activities that happened during the month of October during National Domestic Violence Prevention Awareness Month. Our Regional Domestic Violence Council did select individuals who become homeless as a result of their domestic violence to bring additional attention to that subpopulation this year, because we recognize that individuals entering the homeless system who are fleeing domestic violence often have very different social needs than other individuals entering homelessness. We were delighted by the number of all of you and your cities and our other community partners who participated in our calendar of events. Many of you also had your own proclamations. You lit buildings purple. You had your own events. Chairwoman Ellis had an event that she hosted. Do you want to speak to that as well?
We had a candlelight where we were able to have MAG come and speak with us. And our chair really did a great job talking about her story. At the end of it all, we found out that it was her, was that girl that she spoke about. It was very powerful. It was covered by, I believe, Channel 10. Yeah, and they did a great story on it. So the awareness is there, and we're going to continue to work hard to push that. And we recognize quite a few of other organizations in Chandler that is in that space, helping people and bringing them out, whether it's after we passed that bill last year concerning the time for getting people back into order of protection. And all of those things were part of what we did that night. So it was amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chair Ellis. We also had, you may have seen the fountain in Fountain Hills was purple, the water tower in Gilbert was purple, et cetera. It's always nice to see the regional support to try to bring additional attention to those of us who are trying to work to help those who are survivors of domestic violence. I also just briefly wanted to bring up that our Regional Domestic Violence Council has created 2 ongoing work groups, one of which is a teen dating violence prevention work group. February is Teen Dating Violence Prevention Month, and we will again be bringing additional attention to that topic. If you have a youth council at your city level who you think may be interested in participating in our teen dating violence work, if you would please connect with me, I'd appreciate it. We're trying to host those meetings later in the evenings during a time where we feel like teens would be out of school and would be able to participate. And we also really want to incorporate the youth voice in that work and make sure that it's not a bunch of adults talking about what's going on with kids and being completely off the mark. So if you do have a teen youth council, again, I would very much appreciate hearing from you. The second work group is dedicated to increasing the number of individuals who may enter the workforce to work with domestic violence communities. Many of our domestic violence shelters, like so many other social service industries, are understaffed, and they're really looking for interest from both young students, mid-career students, et cetera, to get the credentials to be able to join the domestic violence workforce. The Mesa Community College system, it's the Maricopa County Community College system, has actually created a fast track program at South Mountain Community College. So you can get your certification faster, specifically to be able to work in a crisis workforce environment. And so we are trying to connect students with those opportunities. With that, Chair and members of the committee, I am available to any questions you may have about the month's activities. And again, just trying to take every step we can to bring more attention to those who are trying to get out of domestic violence situations. Thank you.
Perfect. Any questions? That was great information. Actually, we have the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. I think that we'll try to hook that up and connect those 2 pieces. So that'd be great. If no other questions, moving on. Requests for future agenda items. Is there any requests by the members for any future agenda items to be discussed?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
this is Councilmember Dorsey. In thinking about homelessness and heading homelessness off at the pass, I think it would be beneficial to the members of the committee to hear from the community legal services folks and perhaps the STAR or the State Bar Association Foundation on just the real difficulties they face in providing any meaningful legal approach to prevent eviction for low income folks. I would suggest that it be a future item on the agenda.
Sounds great. Perfect. We got that written down. Any others?
This is Councilmember Agenda from Mesa. And I don't know if it'll apply or not, but I did attend a presentation from Arizona Sustainability Alliance about tree equity and heat resilience. And, just have that conversation and look at opportunities we have in our cities in order to combat heat. Is possible. I don't know if that fits. I mean, it's partly in sustainability, but it is in human services as well.
Councilmember Duff, we do coordinate the Heat Relief Network in our division, and we would be more than happy to have a conversation related to trees and tree equity. I will say one of the issues that we have spoken to SRP about, because they have their tree program, is that often in communities of color, there's not the same number of same amount of canopy as there is in wealthier neighborhoods. And so communities of color are often much warmer in the valley than more affluent communities, for lack of a better term. One of the issues that the SRP tree people brought up to us that we hadn't really considered is that unless the trees are planted in a communal space, trees can be expensive to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prune it, you have to water it, even if it's a native species, they require some maintenance. And so we would welcome a speaker on this. It dovetails really nicely with the work we're already doing with heat relief and trying to come up with every strategy we can to try to lower the heat index in our hot summer months.
Yeah, there's some discussions about having tree guardians and services nonprofits. Also, and I don't want to get into discussion because I know we're at the end of this meeting, but one of the things I realize is by having a tree canopy shade over the home, it can reduce the cooling cost by 50%. So although there is a cost in the maintenance, and maybe we can, figure out some systems to deal with that, there is a significant savings, because I know for the city of Mesa, it's a challenge for many of our residents to pay their air conditioning bills through the summer. Thank you.
Yeah, this will be an interesting conversation. I think I know in Tempe we have the tree program. I would probably think it would be also interesting on what the city can provide for individuals versus for the city, gift clauses, things like that. Might be something to look at. So do's and don'ts almost on that too, because I think I'm hearing what you're trying to say is helping the houses of low income families out with tree canopy, if that's what I'm hearing. So I think it'd be a good discussion.
Yeah, and then we have some easement and public spaces we could, as a city, contribute without getting, anyway, it's a discussion. So I'll leave it at that.
Done. Perfect. Anything else? Okay, any other comments or announcements by the committee members? Hearing none. Okay, we are going to be adjourned. The next Human Service and Community Initiative Committee will be on Thursday, January 11th, 10:30 a.m. With no further business today, we are adjourned. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for your patience with our tech issues. We appreciate it.